Well, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this More Dungeons, a solo adventure game. Someone in comments had asked me to play some more of this, but it is so incredibly deadly. So if you look over here, monster special rules. We are decreasing monster combat dice by 1 to a minimum of 0, and we are reducing their armor by 1, again to a minimum of 0. We're not reducing the wounds or speed or anything like that. I am playing Biltar Floorstaff, the Barbarian. 3 combat dice, 3+ on armor, 6 wounds, not bad. Magic dice of 0, speed of 2, the higher the better, so that's not great. Oh, that shouldn't work. There we go. I have a hand axe, no armor, which is why my armor is like that. And we are going into areas. Remember, with Dungeons Solo thing, you're going to 12 areas. The 13th will open up into the boss room. You explore an area, you resolve the encounter or event, move on to the next area. Let us determine our quest. This also I'm using as an underliner, so it underlines monsters. Yay! So, our quest. I am rolling dice through a dice tower. You can't see the dice, nor can you see the dice tower. You can hear it. I'm not going to be cheating and just picking and choosing, because why would I even bother rolling the dice in that point? If I'm just going to do that, just choose. Instead, it is a 4. The Necromancer of Dax. Let's go check out the Necromancer of Dax. Over the past several nights, zombies have been discovered roaming the streets of the city of Dax, attacking innocent people going about their business. You have been asked to deal with this menace and have tracked the source of the invasion to the Dax cemetery. You must enter the tombs beneath the graveyard and find out who or what is behind this. The final area is within the tomb of a long-dead noble, where a necromancer has taken up residence. You must kill him to complete the quest. The quest monster is zombie. Well, very good. We descend into the tunnels, the stinking, muddy, well, it's probably not muddy. There's tunnels where they're leading to tombs and such, aren't they? So they're likely happy, friendly marble and such. Maybe there's water seepage and moss and mold and possibly some roots poking through cracks. Heading into the darkness, we find out what we encounter and enter in area number 1. I might as well mark area number 1 over here. Area number 1 is a 6. It's a nothing. Nothing means you find nothing. We head on to area 2, where we see what we find. And with a 4, it is an event. So let us rush to the, well, not rush, head to the events. Roll 1d6, high or low, to see which chart we do access. With a 2, we roll 1 die and consult the list below. We are rolling this die. It is a 6. Gremlins. A bunch of gremlins, short, mischievous, imp-like beings burst forth from the side hiding place and surround you. Roll 1 die. Oh, I don't have any gold pieces, so it really doesn't matter. I am surrounded by gremlins and I chased them all away, and in the end I lost nothing. Well, hello little gremlins. That wasn't a bad encounter in the slightest. On to area 3 as I push forward into the dark, torch guttering in my left hand, hand axe in my right, peering through the darkness, footsteps echoing. 4. It is an event. Is this area 4 that I forgot to write down? Or is it actually area 3? I'm going to put down area 4. We're in area 4. And it is still a 4. It is an event. let us go find out what this event is. High and low. It is a 1. We roll and consult the first part of the chart. A 5. Dancing and bobbing in the tunnel ahead are a set of ghostly flickering lights. They seem to be trying to lure you forward. You can ignore them and continue with the next area if you wish, or you can follow them. If you follow them, roll 1 die. Now, it's a 50% chance I'm going to lose a wound, and only a 1 in 6 chance that I might get a treasure. I have hit points to burn right now. Let's roll and see where they lead us. And with a 5, nowhere in particular. Yeah. On to the next area. How about that? That could have been much worse, so I'm not going to complain that I didn't get murdered. Okay, what do we find in this area? A 6. Nothing. Nothing at all. The last time I did this, when I tried this before, it didn't record. 10 minutes of it. In those 10 minutes, this character had been whittled down to death by monsters. Every single time I rolled to see what happened, it was a 1. Every single time I rolled to attack, I rolled so low I hit nothing. Every time they rolled, they murdered me. It was not fun. I can't remember what I already rolled, so we're going to re-roll 6. And that's a 5, so it's an event. In room 6, and it's event. I hate having ADHD. And I really have no idea what room I'm in. I'm hoping it's area 6. We roll a 3, so we do the first part of the chart continuously. And with another 3, you enter a small room where you find amongst the remains of a goblin, a badly wounded adventurer. You offer him some help, but he refuses, for he knows he is dying. Instead, he gives you directions around the dungeon. You may read the amount of areas you need to explore by 2 before moving on to the final area. Alright, so we only have to go through 10. We're more than halfway to the necromancer. Alrighty then, let's take a look and see what happens in area 7 as we push on through the darkness, footsteps echoing on old marble. It's a 3. It is an encounter. Ooh. We are going to encounter a 3 and a 5. That is an 8. A giant bat. That shouldn't be too bad. Remember, we are reducing everything. That is 1 combat die, 2 plus armor. Its speed is 2. My speed is 2. We roll to see who goes first. I'm just going to do this for the full time because it's just going to be back and forth, back and forth. I'm rolling a green die for it, a yellow die for me. The yellow die is a 2, the green is a 6. The giant bat definitely goes first. Well, the giant bat rolls its 1 combat die, trying to beat my 3 or more. It just has to roll a 3 or better, and with a 1, it does not. I have to roll a 2 or better on my 3 combat dice. And on my here, I rolled a 1, a 3, and a 5. So I did 2 wounds to it. I murdered it. Thank goodness, when it was my turn, bashed it to death with my axe. Now, when we do slaughter any monster, we go right to the treasures. Let us see what kind of treasure we have. 2d6. A 1 and a 3. That is a 4, so it's gold pieces. How many gold pieces? Let us discover. With a 1, it is 1. Okay, that's nice. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that game. I like that. I was going to be very rude, so let's not. Alrighty then, in the next section, as we push forward, getting roots and stuff out of our face as we do so. It is a 6. It is a nothing. We get to push on to area 8. I am doing well in this fashion, but I don't know if, I'm not really gathering anything at all. Which is fine. And in area 8, it's a 1. There is another encounter. And on this encounter, a 4 and a 4, an 8, another giant, oh no, this one's a giant rat. In that it's exactly the same monster, because we reduced that by 1 to a minimum of 1. Its speed is definitely faster, so it goes first, but it only has 1 hit point. Oh, page 36. For special rules about rats. Found in dark place, smaller kin, up to the size of a dog, much of a problem. Diseases. If you're hit, roll 1 die. On roll a 4 or more, you get a disease. Oh, and of course, he could not restore it into more than half of its normal value. Well, the rat attacks me. So let's see. It has to roll 3 or better on 1 die. And with a 3, it hits me. And of course, I now need to roll to see if I contract a disease. And with a 5, I am diseased. Because, of course, I am. So I swing my axe at the giant rat. I have to beat a 2, and with a 3, a 6, and a 5, I do so. And the rat, with only 1 wound, is instantly a deader. So let us head back up here to the treasure section, and let's see what kind of treasures we locate on this diseased rat's body. That's a 5 and a 6. That's an 11. There's a minor artifact. I find a minor artifact. Who did this rat eat that it found a minor artifact? It wouldn't have eaten it on its own. It would have had to eat somebody that was carrying a minor artifact with them, and it digested everything but the artifact. How about that? Okay, find a minor artifact, roll 1 die, consult the following list. It is a 1, of course. An enchanted blade is a hand weapon that enhances the wielder's fighting ability. If you use an enchanted blade in a fight, you may increase your combat dice +1. Yes. Enchanted blade. We are going to put this in combat, parentheses, because I have it, but I'm not using it. And this is +1 combat dice. Very good. I don't mind that in the slightest. Okie dokie, head back up here to the heading on to the next area table. Section Area 9. We push forward into the darkness. Biltar Floorstaff, aside from being diseased, is doing exceptionally well. So much better than his dwarven adventuring brethren, or sistren, or whatever you do. I don't even know. With a 2. Oh, it's another encounter. Okay. Let's see what we discover in the darkness of these catacombs. And with a 4 and a 4, that is another 8. Another giant rat. Okay, that's fine. We will attack the giant rat after, of course, it attacks us, having to roll a 3 or better. Of course, I roll a 6. being nibbled to death by ducks again. I roll 4 dice to hit, having to beat a 2 or more. I roll a 1, a 2, a 2, and a 5. If I hadn't reduced the armor, I would have missed 3 of these 4 on that roll. As it is, I hit with 3 instead of just the 1 I would have. Luckily, a 1 is all that is necessary. My RN Jesus just loathes me. So the rat is dead. Let us see what treasures we find inside of this rat. Who did it eat and what did it find when it ate them? An 11. Another minor artifact. Okay. Well, roll 1 die, consult the following. 3. Enchanted armor, suit of chain or plate inscribed with protective runes. Well. Add 1 to your wounds and your armor stat is +5. Okay. Enchanted armor. I don't know spells, but I can do these other things. Armor of 5 plus. +1 wound. So we're going to go wounds. We're up again to 5. And +1 the armor of 5 plus. Okay, very good. Into section 10, which will be the last area before we go on to get into the boss room. Let us see what we can find there. Rolling 1d6. It is a 6. It is a nothing again. I find absolutely jack all. So going back up to the necromancer, the final area, there is just a necromancer. Let us go down to necromancer. Oh, I think this may be easy. Yeah, I just have to kill the long dead noble where there's the tomb of the noble where there's a necromancer. Wandering in, I just find a scrawny, half-starved necromancer who has been bringing up all of these dead things to go wander through the town. He's not very scary, and so I'm going to take pity and murder him. With a speed of 2 and 2, I am rolling green, they are rolling purple. The higher one gets to go first. They roll a 6, of course. I roll a 5. So the necromancer actually attacks. But the necromancer, of course, is page 40, so it's going to be casting spells at me, undoubtedly, and I'm going to be murdered by one of those. Page 40, Necromancer, Death Mage, Combat Dice, we know that. Won't attack as normal. Oh, instead it tries to create a skeletal warrior. Roll 1 die, 4 plus, you must fight a skeletal warrior instead. That's all. That's all. That's all. Okay, well, it goes first. So, roll 1 die. I, of course, rolled a 5. So I've got a skeletal warrior that I have to attack. It has armor of 3 plus, slow speed, 1 combat die. Its speed is slower than me, so I get to go first. And I get to roll 4 combat dice. I forgot to add that here. Run this over to the side because of my weapon. 4 combat dice against the skeletal warrior's armor of 3. I rolled a 2, a 3, a 3, and a 6. Well, there was no... Yeah, if I hadn't lowered that, I would have missed 3 out of 4 again. As it is, I just did 3, which luckily takes the whole thing out. So, unfortunately, I just took my turn to fight the skeletal warrior, which means the necromancer gets to go again to see if it calls up a skeletal warrior. And on a 4, It just created a skeletal warrior. So on my turn, I roll 4 combat dice and try to beat a 3+. 4, 4, 3, and 4. I crash that thing into powder and one foop, I think the word might be. And so the necromancer tries to cast another spell. And with a 4, creates another skeletal warrior. So I roll to attack the skeletal warrior. And with a 1, a 2, and a 5, I only do 1 wound. It has 2 wounds left, but only 1 combat die. It has to roll a 5 or greater to hurt me. And of course it rolls a 5. So I take a point of damage. And then I roll to hit the the skeletal warrior. 3 or greater. 1, 4, 6, and 6. That is 3, and it only had 2, so that skeletal warrior is down. It's the necromancer's turn. And with a 4, it's a pub. Okay, I have to fight another skeletal warrior. And with a 3, I do 1 point of damage, leaving it with 2. So it gets to attack me, has to roll a 5 or greater. And with a 6 of freaking course, I'm down to 3. So I attack it. 3, 3, 6. That one is 3 hits. It only had 2. It is down. Now the necromancer tries to create a warrior. I am going to change the dice. It's not going to matter. I'm going to roll it for a greater anyway. Oh, a 1! It does not! Maybe I'll be lucky. I only have to roll a 2 or greater on 4 dice to hit the necromancer and cause wounds. So let us roll for an attack. 5, 5, 1, and a 2. I did 3. So it's got 1 hit point left, and the necromancer, staggering backwards, tries to call up another skeletal warrior. And with a 2, it does not. So, coming up against this frightened and skeletal starving necromancer, I only need a 2 or better, a 6, a 2, and a 2. I crush the necromancer's skull. It is dead. So first off, we're going to roll for treasures because I went and got a treasure. Because I beat the thing. So, we're going to roll 2 dice. The necromancer had a 3. Of course, gold pieces. How many gold pieces? A 2. Only 1 gold piece. So now I have 2 gold pieces from that. Thank you. Quest rewards. We actually successfully completed this. At the end of each quest, we're going to go like that because, well, I'm going to put here a 5, and this comes over here to 6 while I'm wearing the armor and stuff down here.